Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and we're back with another review. And today I'm really excited to bring to you the latest figures from the G.I. Joe Classified series. This is Tomax and Xamot. Now, Tomax is number 44, and Xamot is number 45. And the easiest way to remember them is uh, Tomax, the one here on the right, does not have the scar. Call it the Mandela effect. I thought his scar was on the other side of the face. Xamot has the scar right here on the left side. Also, I'm sure as you can tell, the head sculpts are just different facial expressions. Now, these two are like, besides being core members of Cobra Command, these are two of the most iconic characters in G.I. Joe, but also 80s cartoon history because of how they were presented in the G.I. Joe cartoon. Number one, something that really wasn't shown in the cartoon but was shown in the comics is they were the leaders of the Crimson Guard. But something that was parallel to the cartoon and the comics is they were businessmen and basically handled all of the financial affairs and illegal businesses for Cobra. You know, basically laundering money, getting Cobra's money. I know in the cartoon, they had extensive enterprises. And that was actually a plot point in several episodes. Um, in fact, at one point, I remember Cobra had gone bankrupt, and Tomax and Xamot were actually working with the Joes, you know, showing them old bases, trying to sell them to recoup some of the losses. They also had a very unique speaking style, which I think was also shown in the comics. I don't know. I actually don't think I ever read a single comic uh, with Tomax and Xamot in it, except for the one that came with their 25th anniversary figures, the comic pack. Anyway, what they would speak in those alternating patterns. One would finish each other's sentences. They also had that twin sense that basically, if one got hurt, if one got hit, the other one would feel the pain as well. Um, this was kind of interesting because there was a GI Joe Transformers crossover where Tomax and Xamot had used Cybertronian technology to alter themselves, and Shockwave blasted one of them. The other one basically went into a catatonic state because while he was feeling the pain, he was still alive, and it was like literally was part of him was gone. So, very interesting characters, very fun characters. So, I'm very happy to have them. Uh, we'll pause and we'll come back and take a look at their accessories. Instead of stripping both figures down, I figured I could just leave one uh, kitted up just so you could see what it would look like since they both come with the same accessories. Also, I feel the need to mention that if I didn't make this clear, these are two separate releases. So, you can't. I mean, obviously, you can buy them together, but it's not like it's one box set. That would have been kind of cool to also do that and then include the grapple hook. Also, as I said, make sure you pay attention. Xamot is the one with the scar. Tomax is the one without. Just because over the years there actually have been issues with, on Hasbro's end, um, releasing the figures, but screwing up who is who, and then sometimes people doing quick replacements and switches. So there's all that. First of all, before let's start off with the articulation, which I'll use Tomax here. The head is on a very nice ball joint. It does have that neck joint as well. The scarf and armor here does peg into the back there. Pinless joints. So with this wave, it does look like the Classified series is going forward with pinless joints. That's really cool. I must have missed that memo, but it's the usual butterfly joint, universal shoulder, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. doesn't close as much as you would like. And for the wrist articulation, you have that up and down movement, but it is a little hindered by the wrist cuffs here, the armor plating and the glove. Ab crunch, waist articulation, drop hips, double jointed knees, boot swivel, and full ankle pivot. Now, for the accessories, both figures come with a pair of these really nice daggers. Never known them to be knife guys, but it's a thing. There's a sheath here on one boot, and then there's a sheath here on the hip. And I'm sure, as you can see on the figures, it's mirror opposites. So this is the left boot on Xamot. It's the right boot, left hip, right hip. There you go. The next thing is, instead of coming with their traditional blasters, which is a little disappointing that didn't happen. This would have been a great opportunity to do that. Or even the Cobra rifle, that the laser rifle, which is like some sort of submachine gun. Well, actually, this is a little close to it. This is basically, I think, would be the real world equivalent. It comes with a removable clip, so just be careful that you don't lose it. And there is the end that goes into the gun has a little notch in it, so it'll friction into place. And then you have the suppressor. So yeah, that does give it like a little bit like the Cobra rifle, and a little bit like their pistol, and that can just fit into the hand. Now, I do want to mention that on both hands have trigger fingers, and obviously you can hold it. And with the last two fingers, I do have to use a little force, but there you go. So, great looking figures. I mean, yeah, it's the same almost the same figure, but that's the gimmick of the twins. I mean, really happy to have them. I think really we have all of Cobra Command. I mean, we have Cobra Commander, Destro, the Baroness, several releases of each. Why? I mean, yes, we really don't have the Cobra Commander yet, I don't feel, but it's still there. And then we have Major Blood, the Crimson Twins. Pretty good. And within the next wave, we are getting the Crimson Guard, and then the Crimson Guard will also be re-released in the Retro Collection. So I think that's kind of cool. So I guess that's about it for the review. We will pause and come back with my final thoughts. Obviously, I'm going to have to say these are a must-have to your collection. They are core members of Cobra Command. They're very important characters, both in the comics and especially the cartoon. And they're just fun to have. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Now, I have spoken to a couple people and talking about possible reuses. And to be honest with you, while I would have liked to have seen a deluxe set with both figures in one packaging, representing that classic vintage mirror packaging, I wouldn't want a straight re-release like that. And then again, something like them in red, but including the zip line, yeah, would sound cool, but ultimately would not be something I would buy. So there's that. So but there is possibilities, and then getting them in a pair of suits, that would look nice, but that's really more of like a very limited display options. So I think I'm just happy with what we have now. So that's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. That does help with the algorithms and promoting my videos and the channel and getting it out to other viewers. Also, subscribing really helps you stay on top of what's going on in the channel. As I've mentioned before, 98% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed, and to be honest, that really does hurt the channel to some extent. Finally, I am trying something out with some different thumbnails for the videos, like a little tease. So let me know what you think. It's from YouTube suggestions to help the videos stand out a little bit more. But that's about it. This is your old pal Chuck for Tomax and Xamot, the Crimson Twins. We will see you next time.